Thanks to those joining me live. It's those that be joining me on archive. DStyle here. For those listening on archive, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Take a moment and thumbs up the video. Let's go ahead and talk about these secret tapes. There's been one that was leaked, right? One has leaked already. It's not. The media's calling it damning, and all. I don't think it's that serious, but it's still funny, and it does. I guess to me, it's not that big of a deal because I already knew. It's if you followed the circumstantial evidence, you would just know this. This is just solidifying it, right? That's all this is. This is a campaign finance issue. No one's like Trump's not going to get in trouble for this or anything like that. Cohen might, but it's still funny. All right. So there's still more leaked tapes, though. There's some more leaked tapes. But first, this one. And I think everybody's missing the point, right? And I think Cohen's lawyer has done such a phenomenal job with the release of this particular leaked audio. And this is what he's done, right? And they came out and they said that Trump clearly says, right, we got to pay her with cash, right? The former Playboy model, the one he had an affair with when his wife just had a baby. He's, I'm just saying, he's an adulterer. That is your president, right? The same people that impeached, Bill Clinton because an intern gave him a blowjob, okay, are now defending this dude, all right? But let's just think about that for a moment. All right. Now, with that said, I don't give a shit that he had an affair. But the facts are the facts, okay? He did have the affair, and the fact that whether he tried to pay, whether or not he suggested that it had to be paid in cash or not, is irrelevant. It doesn't matter, right? It's like Giuliani comes out, right? And he's like, no, he said don't pay with cash. Okay, he said do it the other sleazy way, pretty much. They paid off somebody. They gave somebody hush money, right? That's what they did. They had the National Enquirer. Yeah, the National Enquirer is involved in the story. Isn't this crazy, right? Buy off the story. They bought the story and they never released it like they said they would to the woman, right? That's what happened here, right? Now, do I feel sorry for anybody here? No, I don't. Do I feel sorry for the Playboy model that was sleeping with Donald Trump? No, that's what she gets, right? But at the end of the day, Donald Trump is an audio tape. Whether it's cash or not, it doesn't matter, right? But he is having a conversation about paying somebody hush money. And this is just one audio tape. And the reason this is important is because, one, you can't do that. Two, he denied doing it. It just further exposes Trump as what I already know he is, a liar, right? According to Trump, you would have to have been an idiot to believe this, right? But according to Trump, he had no idea that Michael Cohen paid people off. He had no clue that Michael Cohen gave Stormy Daniels money, hush money. He had absolutely no idea, right, that Michael Cohen and company, right, paid off this former Playboy model. And there's stories of other women that were paid off as well. Okay? So what does that do? It shows you that he's a fucking liar. Okay? That's what it does. Right? Now, with that said, there's still other audio tapes. Right? There's still a lot of things that have been alleged. So this is just a tip of the iceberg to me. Last I read, there was 12 audio tapes that are in possession of the FBI. 12. I wonder what's in these other audio tapes. Because I swear to God, man, I want to hear them. You know, I want them out there. I want them out there. I want them leaked. Okay, I want them plain all over. Okay, because I want to know what else was talked about. That's what I want to know. Right? You know what else I want leaked? Okay, I want his tax returns for the last 10 years leaked. That's what I want. Right? I want to see these dude's tax returns, like really, really bad. Right? I gotta see it. First of all, we need to know once and for all how much he's really worth. Right? Has he been lying all these years that he's worth the $5 billion or whatever the fuck he tells people? Is he lying? Right? I think he said 11 billion one time. Right? That's what I want to know. I also want to know what's. It'll reveal a lot of his dealings with the Russians. And let me tell you why I believe there's a lot more in these audio tapes. Right? If we go by this pattern, according to Trump, right? According to Trump, Michael Cohen, he never did anything serious with Michael Cohen, right? Like Michael Cohen did a couple small stuff for him, and that's it, right? Like, and then Sean Hannity is involved in this as well, right? Sean Hannity is a client that was leaked, okay, of Michael Cohen, and Michael Cohen was handling payoffs and hush money for this dude as well, right? So there's a lot, and then everybody knows that Sean Hannity and Trump, okay, talk to each other every night, late at night, right? Now who knows what they're talking about, right? But I just there's a lot of stuff that's going to be revealed here, a lot. There are many things that are going to get revealed. It's gonna leak out. It's gonna leak out. And if you think the media is going to look out for Trump, there's just no way, right? There's no way. You think CNN gets a hold of a nice audio tape, right? That maybe they shouldn't leak. You don't think they'll find a way to leak it? Of course they will, right? These things are going to get out. They're going to get out there, right? And they've already waived, right, their client privilege. Attorney-client privilege has been waived because Giuliani is an idiot. Giuliani is stuck on the whole, he didn't say cash. He said don't pay with cash. Giuliani, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter if you paid the woman off with cash, a check, okay, a cashier's check, a money order, okay, with a debit or credit card, okay? It just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you paid her off. The fact of the matter is you paid her off. The lawyer of Cohen has brilliantly made the conversation about whether or not he implied playing with cash. Now, I listened to the audio tape. I'm going to be 100% honest. It doesn't sound very clear. So I don't know if Trump said don't pay with cash or pay her with cash. It's kind of hard to hear, right? But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Giuliani's stuck defending the fact that he never said cash, but it doesn't matter, right? And there's more tapes coming out. Not to mention that Stormy Daniels' lawyer says they have damning evidence themselves as well. Oh, man, this is crazy. Look at this dude. I mean, one day you're raw dogging a porn star, right? The next day you're president of the United States and shit's getting leaked out, right? This is some crazy shit right here, right? This is some astonishing shit. There's more audio tapes, and I can't wait till they come out. Now, I want you to step back for a moment, and this is the best part. Take a step back, all right? For a lot of people saying, this isn't a big deal, and like, so what, and all this, right? You have to be honest. Like, the story came out, and yes, people are talking about it and stuff like that, but if this was any other president, like if this was Obama, this would have been a huge scandal. Huge. Like, could you just imagine Obama on the phone with a lawyer, right? Talking to his lawyer, like, I don't want Michelle to find out. So I need you to pay off this woman, right? And let's say whether he said cash or not, would it matter? No. Now, what if we're debating whether or not did Obama try to pay her off with cash? Like, of course, that would raise some eyebrows, but it doesn't matter, right? It would have been a scandal, right? It would have been the biggest scandal, one of the biggest scandals in American presidency's history. Okay. It would be all Fox News would be all Fox News went nuts because he wore a freaking tan suit. Right? They went nuts because Michelle Obama, right, wore a sleeveless dress. Right? You don't think that they would go crazy over this? Like, they would. You see Obama, that's how Democrats are. We should have known all along. And then before it would have been wall-to-wall coverage. CNN, same thing. MSNBC would be covering it. Everybody would be covering it wall-to-wall. Okay? Wall-to-wall coverage of, look at this president. Sean Hannity. What do you think? Take a wild guess. What would Sean Hannity be doing if he found out that Obama did the following? He had an affair and hid it with another woman when Michelle Obama just gave birth to one of their daughters, right? He covered it up. He paid the National Enquirer, okay, money to buy the story from the woman and bury it when the woman thought it was going to be put out there, right? And then Obama denies it completely, said he had nothing to do with any type of payment, and then he completely denies the fact that he had this affair. Like, he doesn't even know who this woman is, right? And then it comes out that he did know the woman, so he was lying about that, but he said, no, okay, I knew her, I forgot I did, but I never had an affair with her. The woman comes out and says, I totally had an affair with Obama. And then Obama still denies. He says, nope, she's lying. And then tapes come out of Obama talking with his lawyer about paying off the woman, right? So hush money right before an election. Whether or not it's cash, does it matter? What type of story do you think Sean Hannity would have? What do you think he would be talking about on his program? Like, nonstop. Like, what do you think he would be talking about? Sean Hannity ran wall-to-wall coverage, okay, about the preacher of a church that Obama would go to, okay? I mean, so this idea that he wouldn't be covering, okay, this scandal, you're nuts. And I think we have I see it for what it is. I honestly wouldn't. I would just be like, well, that's between Obama and Michelle, whatever. That's what I would be saying. That's what I say now. But I have to point out the obvious. I have to point out the double standard, okay, that the right has here. It's a double standard. And I also have to point out that people are completely desensitized to Trump. This is not normal people. Like, this is not like this is. It's like, do I care that he was raw dogging a porn star? No, but if you tell me that Obama raw dogging a porn star wouldn't be wall-to-wall coverage everywhere, and Fox News wouldn't be all over it, okay, what do you think Breitbart would say? You already know Alex Jones will come out on his program and be like, he was raw dogging a disgusting, porn star. That's what Democrats do. I told you he's a demon. Like, you already know he would be saying that. So it has to be pointed out. And it's sometimes you got to tell people, like, imagine this was Obama, and you got to kind of run it down for them, because in a way your mind kind of trails back to that time, right? And you start thinking about how you thought back then, and then you start thinking, holy shit, that would have been a scandal. That would have been like a huge scandal. Now, the second part I'm going to say is, you don't think he gets impeached? With these Republicans in office right now, you don't think they impeach Obama if this audio tape was released? And you don't think that they would be demanding that all the other audio tapes get released immediately? Yes, they would. Right? They're having a hard time defending Trump right now, but they're not being offensive here. They would be very offensive, right? If this was Obama, they would. And this is not coming from somebody again that's a huge Obama supporter. That's not me, all right? I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the truth. That's just the reality of the situation. We have a president of the United States, okay, that is paying hush money to women because he doesn't want them to come out and say that he cheated on his wife, right? I mean, that's insane. And he was paying, and then you think he was paying the hush money with his money? No. He was paying the hush money with campaign money, which you shouldn't do, right? Like, you think I care that he didn't? Of course he didn't pay with cash. It would have been his cash, right? Nobody's going to go pull out $200,000 from a campaign in cash. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know all the red flags that'll be raised there? This is crazy, all right? You can't pay, right? First, there's this Playboy model, and then there's, of course, the Stormy Daniels. Those are the two we know about, right? Those are the ones we know about. More are going to come out, right? And for those that say, oh, the women are a bunch of liars, right? Look, the women knew that Donald Trump was married, right? They were complicit. Okay, nobody's saying it was rape or anything. It was consensual, right? Although there are some sexual assault allegations against Trump. Given how much of a liar he is, you don't think they could be true, right? But I'm just sticking to these two, right? Donald Trump, right, is a president that raw dogged a porn star. And I know I'm just saying, you know, like Pence, who swears he's this huge Christian dude and like has to like stand next to this guy at times and just look at him and then think to himself, he raw dogged Stormy Daniels, right? So he is complicit in the whole thing as well. Okay, he is. Right? He is. Right? And if him and Melania have an open relationship, then that's fine, but they have to come out and say it. All right? Like, they might be the first ever open relationship couple in the history of presidencies, right? Of the presidency. They could make history. All right? That's all I'm saying. Well, you think when you pick a president, you think Melania, you really buy the story that she stayed in New York because she wanted their son to finish school, right? So she just stayed there 7 days a week, you know, over there in New York when Donald was gone. Right? Donald was going from there to Florida to go golf. What do you think Melania was doing? Come on. All right? Oh, man, this is great. There's more leaked audio tapes, man. What are you going to do? What are we going to do with this guy? You know, what are we going to do with this dude? What are we going to do with Donald Trump? Right? Now, here's the other thing. Right? Do you guys hear the story of Donald Trump? I think it's like $20 billion in relief money for farmers, right? Now, strategically, he's giving it to farmers in very specific areas, okay? But nonetheless, he wants to give relief to farmers because his own policies, right? His own trade policies are hurting these American farmers. So taxpayers are going to have to subsidize $20 billion, which is not going to fix the problem. There's still a problem. It's not fixing it. It's putting a bandage over a freaking huge gaping hole. So what are we going to do? We're going to subsidize farmers $20 billion every year. Just add to the debt. What happened to work against the debt? I'm not about work against the debt, dude. How about you don't push these stupid trade policies, right? And we don't have to be paying $20 billion, okay? Also, the deficit numbers just came out. The deficit numbers from the very administration. This is not CNN or the administration, right? The White House. The deficit is going up. What happened to we're going to cut the deficit in half? And he swore in a couple of years he'll get rid of the debt, he said. Okay, like this is crazy. We can't eliminate the debt until we reduce the deficit or have a surplus, right? Like, what do you mean we're going to, like, what do you mean? We're adding to the debt every day. Every day our debt is growing. It's actually growing every second, actually. Every second, the debt grows larger than the average American makes in a year. Okay, let that sink in, right? But every day, it's growing. May this year was about, I think, like 60% higher than the year before. Well, duh. Okay? Of course it's going to skyrocket. with these policies, of course it's going to skyrocket. Anyway, let me read some of these comments really quick before I wrap it up. By the way, if you're watching now, take a moment, thumbs up the video. Prince White Charmin says, what up? Do you think this is fake news? Well, I can't click on that right now, but what I'm talking about isn't fake news. T85, President Bozo, President Lion, a moron, etc. Some people actually believe this dude is smart. I mean, that is just funny. Andrew F. God, people, you want to hear them clown animals on that Smoke City Mobcast brains? All right. Let's see here. All right, tax fact. If Mikey beats Easter, will he be Mexican Legend Hall of Fame? I don't know if that'll make him no. Beating, no man. I like Easter as a fighter, but beating him doesn't make you a legend, right? Of anything. But it'll be a good look for Mikey. I mean, he's long overdue a big win. Mr. Doc, Stormy Daniels isn't the same league as Marilyn Monroe. Plus, Marilyn Monroe just stayed quiet about it, right? Like Marilyn Monroe and JFK had a thing going. She just stayed quiet about it. He didn't have to pay her off, and not that we know of, but if he did pay her off, and we don't know about it to this day. I mean, holy shit! At least step your game up, Trump. Nah, Doc, Marilyn was overrated. I don't know. I like Marilyn Monroe, but compared to Stormy Daniels, I agree. Mae West greater than Monroe, but that's a separate issue. And Tax says, good point. Mr. Doc says, for Mikey, if he somehow beats Spence, then he'd be Hall of Fame lock in his opinion. Wow. People gets into some point anyways, though, to be fair, but beating Spence will be, we're talking boxing in a political vid. Look, man, at the end of the day, more of these audio clips are going to come out. Trump's going to get exposed more and more. Right? Prince White Charmin is talking about Stormy Daniels was hot about 4,000 dicks ago, right? Is that 2,000 dicks ago? Oh, the early 2000s. Gotcha, right? But I do wonder though, like, like imagine if Stormy Daniels just came back from the set, right? Normal day, and she left the set and just made up with Donald Trump, and then Donald Trump just dove in between her legs. I mean, this is crazy, right? This is nuts. If Stormy Daniels came out and said, the president of the United States went down on me after I came out of the set, after I filmed a A double penetration movie. She will be an American hero, and I honestly don't think Trump would have anything to say about that. Like, I don't think what can he say? Right? Marilyn Monroe hot though for a time. Marilyn Monroe is hot, bro. I like Marilyn Monroe. Doc Spence, right. Okay, we're still talking about Spence and Mikey Garcia and all this other stuff. But Marilyn Monroe, famous quote: "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." Has turned younger women of this generation into whores. Wow. I don't even think, is that what she meant? Like, um, maybe she meant like a bad attitude, you know? Back in Marilyn Monroe day, like if you slept with 4 dudes, like in your lifetime, you're already a whore. Like, you know what I mean? So the standard is just today, you know. If you meet a girl and see Marilyn Monroe poster in her place, run. You know, that is true though. Every whore I've ever met has like something of Marilyn Monroe in her house, right? Um, so there is some truth to that, actually. Great knowledge given by Prince White Charming. Mr. Doc doesn't have a what do you call it? Hold on. Trump ate her out after a. If she went out, like, if she come out and said that, she'd be my hero. At least for a day. All right, there we go. We're gonna give Mr. Doc a wrench. Who else is here? I'll give it some more wrenches here. Trump likes golden showers, supposedly. Hey, look, man, you never know. Well, what if a tape comes out? Like, oh, have you covered up the tape? I'm just saying. All right. With that said, guys, that's all I have to say. To be honest with you, um, I do recommend, man, watch that series by that Barat dude. Forgot his name, Cohen or whatever. Watch that series on Showtime. Great stuff. Right? You guys got to watch it. Right? Um, yeah, you got to see it, man. It's good. It's good. It's what's the show called again? Let's see here. Man, like Who is America? There, yeah. Who is America? You guys got to see it, man. Check it out. Right? I recommend that series. It's awesome shit. Sacha Baron Cohen. There you go. It didn't sound right because I was thinking about Trump's lawyer, but anyway. Marilyn Monroe is the Allah of whites. They worship her. But I honestly think she was hot, man. I'll be honest. Cohen destroyed Jason Spencer's political career. Low key, it's all about Mae West. All right. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say. It's the 5th time I'm ending this video, but it is a wrap, and I'm out. Peace. Shout out to Mae West, though.